everybody! My name is Anat, and, well, we're doing something, different, new today. So, last, tier list kind of thing I made was a long time ago. It was like, I think it was 3.5 was the last one I made. And right now, we're in 4.3. And it's been nearly 20 patches since then. Actually, maybe even more, maybe even closer to 30 at this point. I don't know. It's been a long time. So we're back here, going to make another tier list, this time for 4.3. Nike's Valley of Victory patch just came out today, and I got time, so we're going to make a tier list for it. Finally figured out how to record Chrome, which is why I haven't made another tier list for any patch since then, because Chrome hasn't worked properly for recording. I finally figured out how to do it properly. It's pretty simple, actually. Anyways, just so you guys are aware of all the tiers and what they all mean, so we're going to start out with we're going to start off with SS here, right? And this is these are the gods that you pick them and you win. As long as it's a half-decent player, they can still win regardless. Like when Soul came out, Soul was broken, and she was SS tier. S+ tier is the gods, really high tier. You want them. There's no reason why you shouldn't want them. They're amazing. First pick, first ban material. S gods, they're kind of like the high end of the spectrum or whatever. They don't always get nerfed, so it's just S+ gods. But there's only usually maybe 1 to 4 S+ gods, or sometimes even a bit more than that. But there's usually less than 10 of them, right? And sometimes they all get picked, banned, or countered by the enemy teams. And then you go to S gods. A gods, point of balance, can work well. Not so much to say about those. B, kind of below A. They can be good, but they need a team around them. C, just really bad overall. Unless you have a team built around that god, it's not going to work. And D, just bad, regardless. You don't want D. Anyways, let's get right into things here. First off, we have Agni. Now, Agni is a all-around good pick. He's never really... As long as I can remember, Agni's always been A. And he's never changed. Agni is like the pinnacle of balance for Smite. He honestly is. Oh, and just so you know, this is, guys, just so... wait, right now. I'm going to specify this right now. This is a Conquest tier list, just so you know. It's a tier list for Conquest, maybe dipping a bit into Joust, but not like Arena or Clash or Duel or anything like that. Just so you know. Just so you guys know, and... Personally, I haven't played a ton of ranked Conquest. This is going to be mostly casuals. I know, I'm a official casual scrub. M.O.B.A, although M.O.B.A, right, he's a great boxer. He's probably the best duel god in the game. I just told you this is not a duel tier list, so he's a C as far as actual Conquest goes. Pwash. Here's the thing about Pwash. Pwash, no mobility, lots of burst damage. He can be annoying. He has healing reduction. He kind of counters some teams, but you can shut him down with literally any assassin in the game, and that's why I'm putting him down at a B tier. He's honestly not that good in my opinion. Amaterasu. People say she has a really bad laning phase. In her laning phase, she's outclassed in the laning phase by a ton of gods, which we'll get to in a bit. But her laning phase isn't that bad. Personal opinion, she has better laning phase than I personally have an easier time with laning phase than I do with Bologna, than I do with, Osiris, than I do with Raven. Not that I play Osiris or Raven, ever. But when I do play them, I usually have a bit of a hard time clearing away, farming efficiently, blah, 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 compared to what I do with Amaterasu, where I find she's very easy to farm efficiently with and do things efficiently with. So I'm going to put Amaterasu as an A+. On her is annoying. He's not OP, but he's annoying. I'm going to put him at A tier for now, but I might move him up to A+ later. I'm not sure. Anubis? Think about Anubis, right? Anubis is both the best god in the game. He's both an SS tier and a D tier, depending on your skill level. At lower levels, he's so OP because no one knows how to counter him. But it's easy to counter Anubis. All you gotta do is get literally any crowd control, and that will counter Anubis to the next dimension. Because Anubis has no mobility at all. His movement speed isn't the slowest. I believe Zeus still has slower movement speed. But Anubis can't move during his ult or his first ability, which makes him such an easy target. Especially during his first when he's not CC immune. You can just destroy him. You shred him. It's just honestly stupid. And that's why I'm gonna put Anubis down at the B tier. I wouldn't say he's as bad as AMC. I mean, AMC could probably still outbox an Anubis, but that Anubis isn't a boxer. He's a area controller. Ao Kwang. Ao Kwang has seen greatly reduced gameplay since Season 4. I don't think I've seen a single Ao Kwang in all my games in Season 4. It's insane. Ao Kwang, not... okay, I didn't mean to put him there. Ao Kwang, but Season 3, right here. Right now, I gotta say Ao Kwang's B+. He's still viable. I don't think he got any real direct nerfs, but... I think a lot of his items got nerfed. I don't know. I don't play Ao Kwang. I don't follow stuff on Ao Kwang. I don't even know if I've mastered Ao Kwang. So, Ao Kwang, all I know is he's not as good. People aren't playing him anymore. They're just more popular gods. Aphrodite will be where she always has been for me, which is B plus B. I'm going to say she's B plus right now, just because I think healing's got a bit more into the meta with the removal of the... how curse slowed and reduced healing. I think that's really increased it. Made it much better. Okay. Next. Right. We have Apollo. Apollo, easily one of the best hunters in the game right now. He's a top pick for hunters with Izanami right now. Both amazing right now. Arachne, I gotta say Arachne's B+. I don't think she's really at the point of balance right now. Ares is balanced. With the whole bead thing or whatever, it was a bit of a nerf to Ares, but Ares was a bit strong before, so I'd say now he's gone from the top end of A to the bottom end of A. So I think he's about A tier still. Artemis is like a better version of AMC, to be completely honest. Okay, here's the thing, right? This is not equal. They're not equal. Sure, AMC can deal some better damage, but Artemis has a better passive than AMC, in my opinion. Her deployable, is not necessarily as good, but her stats are overall better, so it doesn't matter. Her second ability is way better than AMC's second ability. I forget what AMC's... Well, I don't know. Rather, her basic attack buff is better than AMC's Honey, and although AMC's Beehive thing or whatever that he shoots in front of him and does a lot of damage is really strong, Artemis, her ultimate is just 10 times better than AMC's. So I'm going to put Artemis up in B+ tier, because she's still pretty trash. She has no escape. She's no way of getting out of anything. Athena, I'd say Athena's A+ right now. Athena's always strong. She always will be. Because that taunt is just so powerful. It's so annoying. It's killed me with so many still alls. Oelix is slightly weak right now, I feel like. There are some things that should be increased, maybe the damage in her kit. There are just better burst assassins in the game right now. This guy comes to mind. Mr. Sanitosty here. But Oelix just isn't very good right now. Bacchus is definitely higher end of A+. I don't think I'd put him in S yet. And the reason for that is because with the rise of healers, Bacchus is more powerful again. Mainly healers like Sylvanas. Bakasura, not really any good spot right now. Probably a B tier. I don't really know, but he's not very good. But Stitt just got a buff again, so that probably puts her as A, as a very good early game jungler. I haven't seen her a lot in Conquest, but when I do see her occasionally, early game, it's like crap. She's going to jump on you, empty your entire kit on you, jump back out, not take any damage whatsoever, because you're too busy running from her cats. So annoying. Bellona, probably an A+ right now. I'm not very good as her, but from what I have seen, she can just shred through a lot of Guardians right now. It's really nice right now. Kabrakan, B tier. There's not a lot you can do with Kabrakan right now. There really isn't. You can't really play support as him right now. The best thing you can do with Kabrakan right now is jungle, and that's kind of sad. Probably higher end of B tier, but not quite B+ is where I'd put him. Camazotz, probably B tier. I have not... No, let's go B+ for Camazotz. Camazotz has some use in jungle. Only real problem with Camelot is he just can't really lock down a target and keep them in one spot like a lot of good assassins right now can. Shock, solid A tier warrior. The only thing he really lacks is the I don't know. He's easy to play. He's good and all, but they're just other warriors that he's too all around. He can't do one thing amazing compared to a lot of other guardians can. Shanga, probably an A tier right now. She's pretty balanced as far as her heal goes. Her heal's not insane. She can be countered pretty easily. You just gotta wait for her down immunity to end. Chiron, not very good right now. He just doesn't do enough damage to really be able to compete with a lot of the other warriors in the meta right now. Yes, Chiron's a warrior now. Hunter's in the meta right now. Kronos took a bit of a fall since Season 3, but he's still a solid A tier, which is really nice for him. Cupid got a bit of a buff with recent kind of buff, I suppose, to burst damage. Cupid's a bit better now. Erlong Shen, I gotta say he's A. He doesn't really fit anywhere right now. He's kind of balanced, so I suppose I'll put him there. I'd say Fafnir is definitely an S tier guardian right now. He's really powerful. Does a lot of damage, takes a lot of damage. Can really screw up team fights for the enemy team, like Shock can, but just to a bigger extent. Fenrir, probably one of the better junglers in the game right now. Probably an A+ tier. Above the point of balance, I'd say. Needs a small nerf, not a big one, but a small one. Freya is, she's an amazing ADC right now. So she fits nicely into the A+ tier. Geb, here's the thing with Geb. Geb's good, Geb's great, but Geb's he's not really in the meta right now. He really isn't. So I gotta put him at B+. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, Geb. I like you. You're fun to play, but sorry, you're not that good right now. Guan Yu is quite good right now, but I wouldn't say good enough for A+. I'd say he's A. Hades, probably still an A. Can really be annoying if you can get him online at the end. M.O.B.A is definitely taking a fall. He's probably B at this point. Something about M.O.B.A, I don't know. He just dies too fast. Hell is easily the worst god in the game right now. Like, she can spam abilities if she gets enough cooldown reduction. That can be annoying, but she does die so fast. An assassin like Loki can instantly kill her. Not that anyone's going to play Loki, but even Thanatos, he can probably kill her without the use of his ultimate. Or he can ult onto her and then just finish her off with his abilities. She's just way too squishy right now. Maybe if her heal gave maybe like even 10 protections that her heal gave, maybe I could put her up to B tier, but it doesn't. And that just sucks. I don't mean her life yet, I mean her heal itself. So she could get maybe like 40 protections. That'd make her a bit of a tankier mage or whatever. Could be useful for her. Hercules, not gonna lie, I don't know. Hercules is right there. That's where Hercules is. That's where we're gonna put Hercules for now. Right there in the very middle. Hou Yi. I'm gonna say Hou Yi is A tier. I think he's balanced. So with Hercules, actually. We'll put Hercules in A for now. Hun Bat's has really good team fight. Not ridiculous gank potential. He can still gank quite well, but it's not insane compared to a lot of other assassins right now, and where they are and where they're sitting at. Isis is she's a solid mid laner. That's about it. Solid mid laner, solid team fighter. She's what you expect from a mage. Izanami's definitely the best hunter in the game right now, with her ability to pretty much instantly clear the wave at level 1. So it's so easy for her to clear the wave. Right now, since early game matters more than late game, and more specifically the part of early game that matters is the first 2 minutes, and you can save so much time by instantly clearing the wave and not using any mana compared to Apollo. She's just so good right now. Jonas, probably one of the better mid laners right now. I've got to put him in S tier. He just does so much damage. His damage is stupid. Jingwei probably is back down to A tier right now. She's pretty balanced, I feel, where she is right now. She can deal a lot of damage, she can take a lot of damage, she has good mobility, but not the overall best. Her early game clear isn't amazing like Apollo or Zanai. Kali is probably A tier as well. Because her early game's so weak with her early game is so bad. Her early game is awful. But her late game's amazing. Kali's always going to be like that. That's the idea of Kali. She's a late game hyper carry. Early game you have to carry her. But I don't know. Again, rise of early game right now. I'm sure she'll be stronger in the future. Usually how seasons work is at the beginning of the season, early game's really good. At the end of the season, late game's really good. So, you never know. Khepri. Khepri's a solid A tier. Ain't bad, ain't good. Nothing really destroys him. He can't really destroy anything. Solid, that revive is amazing. It's saved so many teams and whatnot. It's such a good ultimate that I don't think we're ever going to see Khepri below B+, maybe even B, but he's never going to be the worst god in the game. Kukulkan is simply outclassed by South. It's that simple. Kukulkan is a South with no stun. That's what Kukulkan is. Kumbhakarna is a very solid, higher end of A, definitely, I'd say. Pretty good support. He could, problem with Kumbhakarna is teams can be stupid sometimes, and they do stupid stuff. Also, if you have maybe like a Kukulkan on your team or something, which is, again, not the worst thing ever, or really anyone with dot damage, Kumbhakarna is going to be super useful with his Mesmerize, because, you gotta time it perfectly, and the dot damage is going to make the Mesmerize useless. Loki, this is Conquest tier, let's remember that, guys. Loki's just an awful god at Conquest. Never play him in Conquest, please. He's just never good. Medusa is probably one of the better hunters right now. If you ignore her relatively weak early game, her late game can just destroy you. Mercury is solid A tier right now. Neith, I'd say Neith is higher end of B+, lower end of A, but I'm going to put her in B+ for now. My reasoning for that is her early game isn't amazing, and her late game isn't amazing. She's more of a mid-game god, which is really out of the meta right now. Nemesis is out of the meta, just plain and simple. Neja is relatively out of the meta. Nike, here's the thing that's interesting. Nike is an amazing god right now. She's amazing. A 10% damage buff to your entire team. If you get a Nike and an Izanami on your team, it's game. It's just such a powerful combo. Every single ranked game I've played this season, I've seen Nike being banned first. Like, Nike and Izanami are always banned every game. Or picked or banned every game. Nox, a strong mage, a lot of burst damage, loses a lot of damage though if she can't, compete against maybe a Kukulkan or something. Would really counter a Nox, with his ability to do dot damage. Nuwa is pretty good right now. She did just get a recent nerf to her whole split push, so actually I'm going to move her down to a B+ because of that. Because of that last patch. Really hurt Nuwa. No more ability to split push, and she was one of the best split push mages in the game. Odin, nah, he's not bad. He's there. He exists. That's about it. He has some good team fight late game with his ult and his bird bomb. He's slow. Some good combos with him, but the whole laning phase, he's probably one of the worst gods. Because of that, I think I'm actually gonna move him down to a B+. Because he just can't compete with people who can clear like Amaterasu, Shock, or Bologna. They all have better clear than him. Cyrus is B+. You can use him if your team's relatively based around him. But again, his laning phase is just too weak right now, and that's what everything depends on right now, laning phase. Poseidon, right now, is the best mid laner in the game, or one of the best. Actually, I'm going to put him in S+. He's just so good right now. With the amount of damage he can do with his basics and his abilities combined, it's stupid. He may as well just call him a hunter and put him in mid lane. It's stupid. Raw? Raw got a bit of a buff and a bit of a nerf in Season 4, and he still were, I think he really was before Season 4 happened, which is A tier. Very balanced god. Raijin is an A tier. Nothing good or bad about him. Rom's probably an A+. Rom has a really good ability not really good, relatively good early game clear, but a very strong late game. A stronger late game than Izanami or Apollo. Maybe a Medusa would stomp on a Rom, but Rom's still a very good high tier pick that can really work well. If said ADC is not super comfortable with Medusa, or maybe the Medusa, Apollo, and Izanami got banned or picked by the enemy team. You never know, but Rom's always a very strong pick. Ratatoskr is honestly an A right now, because with the whole early game thing, I would normally put him in a B+, because ever since he got his whole kit reworked and then nerfed again, I think he's pretty much been B+ the entire time. But this whole early game increase, it's such an good early game god, I say he's A. Raven, I'd say he's also A. He can clear the wave relatively well with this whole root thing that heals him as well. Very strong pick late game. He's pretty much an upgraded version of Osiris. Scylla is probably the second best mage in the game right now. I'm not sure if she's A or S. I might move her up at the end of this tier list. I'm not entirely sure, depending on who I put where, but she's pretty good. Serket is balanced right now. Scotty is balanced right now. That's the way to put it. Throwback is also balanced right now. Soul is balanced right now. There's a lot of really good balanced gods in the game right now. Sun Wukong needs a small buff. He gets bullied around in early game, bullied around in mid game, bullied around in late game. He can bully some other people around in some areas, but in my opinion, he's an all around god, but not as all around as Shock, and can't do the stuff that he does quite as well as Shock. So I say Shock just outclasses him. Susano is pretty good right now. I'd say he's A tier. He's still really weak in late game. Sylvanas is probably one of the better supports in the game right now. I would put him in S plus tier if the anti-healers hadn't been on the rise right now, which they are. Maybe beginning of Season 4 he would have been up there, but I'm going to put him down there right now. He's just a strong god right now. He's definitely the best, healer in the game. Or not the best healer, rather, the best support. Terra is, with the rise of Sylvanas, she's fallen back down. You're never going to see Sylvanas and Terra really in the same spot, even though they're very similar gods. They're both healing supports. You're going to see one of them higher up than the other every time, I think. Thanatos is the best hunter. Yeah, Thanatos is a hunter now. Did you know that? Thanatos is a hunter. I'm rambling. Right now, Thanatos is the best jungler in the game, in my opinion. Right. This is your perfect team right now. Like, that's the team that you want to have. Like, that is, like, the best team you can possibly get. But, like, he's just so powerful. There's nothing you can do against him. He's broken. Not a whole lot you can do. The Morrigan is good for countering people. Good in jungle, relatively good in solo, relatively good in mid. Can play a whole lot of roles, can turn into a whole lot of roles. If they have a Thanatos, you can turn into a Thanatos and murder someone. Really good. Thor is probably A tier right now. He's pretty good. Not bad. He's done amazing. So, he's an A tier right now. So, like I said, he's a better version of Kublai Khan. He's probably A+ right now. Like, I wouldn't put him in A tier. I'd put him in A tier if his thing still had slow, but it's a stun now. They're so good. His range is stupid. He can really kind of get rid of a Raw and a Kublai Khan. So he's really good at countering those two. Tyr is probably one of the better solo laners right now. He can, even with his nerf, he's still probably bottom end of A+, top end of A. The reason for that is he bullies so many people around in lane. Like, you can't deal with him. Unless there may be a Shock. And even then, he's kind of hard to deal with. He just interrupts your abilities. And then also tonight, she can be interrupted. That's maybe the only downside to her. Maybe she's probably maybe even there. But Both really good. Uller, A tier. Pretty balanced god in the game. Pretty much always will be. Mr. Fat Baby Vamana here is probably A tier as well. Balanced. Falcon, been seeing a bit more play, but for the games I've been playing, he's been seeing more play. But they're pretty much always the new skins, so I'm going to guess that's why. Sounds like a stupid reason, but he hasn't really gotten any massive buffs in my opinion. He's still the same old Vulcan. Shibalanke, A tier. Jing-Chan is also A tier. There's a lot of really balanced gods in the game right now, and that's really nice to have a whole bunch of really balanced gods. Ymir is Ymir's not bad. I mean, he's not good, he's not bad. Somewhere in the middle. He has the best CC in the game out of any god, but he lacks mobility and he lacks utility. So that's why I'm going to say he's A. Zeus has stupid good team fight. He's one of the better mages in the game right now. And Zhang Kuei is probably B+. Okay. So, this is the final tier list right here. It looks pretty good to me. There's a lot of really balanced gods in the game right now, and that's really nice to have. You know, balance is always good. The main thing right now is that there are no amazing supports right now. Like, Sylvanas is the best one, probably along with Fafnir, but then some close seconds are Athena and Bacchus. Some of the best. Warriors and mages as the support right now don't work. Mainly every god's kind of sticking to their own kind of role. And by that I mean Guardians are in support role, ADCs or rather, Hunters are ADCs with the exception of Freya. Mages are in mid lane, and Assassins are in jungle. And Warriors are in solo. That's pretty much what I can tell with the meta right now. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the tier list. 4.3 coming at ya. What do you guys think of the new Capture the Flag game mode? I like it, I love it, but I would love to hear your opinions in the comments below. So, why don't you tell me? Anyways, I'll see you guys again in the next one. Bye-bye!